Do we believe after this game, assuming Florida State doesn't rise up and shock the world, do we believe there will be, because you have the bye and then Charleston, so do we think the changes are made on the staff this week after this game?
It would make sense. I'm probably going to write something about it because I've got some viewpoints on this, but you know, I'm sure we all do. But I just think it's an interesting debate. Like on it, obviously, Mike Norvell, I don't think wants to do it. It doesn't seem like he wants to do that. If he wanted to, he could have done it already. He could have done it after the Miami game. Could have done it after certainly after the game last weekend. So it's possible. Maybe it makes more sense to do it after the bye week. It's also possible he doesn't want to do it till after the season. And if he doesn't, I'm not 100% sure what they can do in terms of making him do it. You know, it's kind of his call at the end of the day. You can't be fired for not firing assistant coaches unless you just want to pay him the $65 million.
To walk, yeah.
So it'll be interesting to see how it plays out. What I would encourage, and if I did write something, I think where I would encourage Mike Norvell to do it, if he's already decided that some people need to go, which he has to have, then
I think the jury's still out on most of these coaches.
Then honestly. It makes sense. Then I think it does make sense to do it only because of the message. It was the reason I asked that question yesterday. I do feel like the fan base needs some sort of assurance you're going to do something, because I feel like there's this perception that coaches don't fire their staff because Bobby didn't and Jimbo really didn't.
Yeah, guys are resistant to doing so.
And a lot of coaches are loyal. And so it would be a positive gesture to the fan base. But at the end of the day, I don't know if that's what moves Mike Norvell to do it or not.
It may actually help you, though, too. I mean, we did talk yesterday on the show. I mean, it could end up helping you. I mean, in terms of bringing somebody in and sending the message to people that you're trying to bring in here.
Yeah.
Other coaches as well as players.
I think you can send those messages behind closed doors, too. Yeah. But, yeah, sure.
But what do we think the number is? Just somewhere around 5 to 7? Maybe
I'd be very surprised if it was less than 5.
Yeah, I think 5 to 7 seems about
so. Do
right.
we think that he's gonna
6, 5,
like?
7.
Do you piecemeal it? Do you do like one every other day? Or are you literally gonna fire 6 coaches on a Sunday after the Notre Dame game?
You could.
I don't know that's.
It seems more.
I don't remember
likely,
that ever happening because it'll be on both sides of the ball.
It seems more likely to me. It would be a few.
You do like 2 on Sunday, and then you sprinkle in one before Charleston Southern.
And that's where I've changed my view a little bit because a month ago, when we thought maybe this would be a 3-9 season, a 4-8 season, or something, my thought was
3-9 still out there. They got to beat either Notre Dame or Florida.
You're right.
And Lagway showing the heart of a champion. Anyway, go ahead. Sorry.
So I just think that at that point I was looking at it, it's like, are you just doing it for performative reasons? Or are you just trying to put the attention on somebody else? That it's not my fault; it's my staff's fault. But now I think the difference here is. You're at a point now where I think there's a crisis of confidence from the fan base. And I think that would be a reason to do it. So if you're already going to do it, maybe you fire 2 or 3 guys next week just to, again, just send a message that you get it. Because I don't think the fans get it. Like you seem to be impressed by Norvell's answer to your question Saturday.
I was really impressed with the question.
I don't know what you thought about it, but some fans were. Some fans were happy that Norvell showed some passion and fight in response to Corey's question about how he believes in himself, he's confident in himself. That did nothing for me at all.
It didn't do anything for me.
But I think
because y'all's hearts are cold storage.
No, but
y'all don't have the power to believe in anything.
No, because to me, it doesn't to me because I've already believed he believes in himself.
Right.
I already believe
there was nothing new being said there, and he better believe that. But he better believe that
to you and I. But I think a lot of people saw it a different way. That they're wondering because they've talked about his look on the sideline and that he's lost, he's broken and all this.
Yeah.
So they liked seeing that from him. But again, to me that didn't mean anything because I already believed he's going to make these changes. But I understand why fans
don't think it's the belief that he's going to make changes. I don't know how many fans think he's just going to run it back. I think
that it's just going to be 1 or 2 cosmetic changes.
Yeah, but I don't think to me what won me over in that answer, besides the question
and the eye contact.
The eye contact was nonstop, Jeff. I don't know if you saw it again. It's not uncomfortable. It's real comfortable.
Yeah, it's very uncomfortable.
It just feels like it's where it's Corey, our pocket. It's where it's supposed to be.
Corey just cozies up in those blue eyes.
It's just I'm telling you, you don't get it much. He always averts his eyes when he's talking to you. I get it, man. I get what Stephanie. It just daggers. It's how. I don't know, man. And again, he could be a great actor, and none of this really matters.
I believe he does.
I believe he is impossibly embarrassed, and I believe he is absolutely determined.
But you didn't need to
but
know.
I believe
you,
that
you
already.
already knew that.
But I don't know if you did.
I didn't.
And I think a lot of
You
fans
don't.
don't.
You don't think he
I think
was
a lot of
ashamed
fans.
at this
There
nonsense?
are fans that think he's broken.
It's the determination. It's not that he knows he's embarrassed. It was the determination that I felt anyway of this is not going to happen again, and I am going to try my best to fix it. Now, we can all have opinions on if he's going to succeed, but I thought that 5-minute soliloquy was about the determination that he has to try his damnedest to fix it. And it wasn't just going through the motions and coach speak, in my opinion. You could feel.
Yeah, but I
it.
just took that as a given.
Yeah,
but
maybe,
I understand that some people did.
Some people didn't, but I also took it as a given. It's his job for starters. I think he cares about doing his job. I think he cares about the kids. I think he cares about, obviously, we all care about the perception of us and our jobs and how we perform or don't perform. You have pride. You take pride in what you do. I've always thought he took pride in it. That's why I thought he's been so embarrassed by this nonsense. He knows, he has said repeatedly that there's a standard that they have not lived up to, that this is not okay.
Yeah, but he says it in the same tone every week. That to me was a little different. It felt a little different. Yeah.
The tone was different, but again, one of the things that I point out every week is that when fans say things like, oh, he's broken, you cannot take that to mean he doesn't care. When you're 1-8, you are broken. When you're failing miserably every day, you're broken. If you're if you're trying to accomplish something that is difficult and you fail, and there's a data point of that failure that hits you right across the face every Saturday, you're not going to be smiling as you talk about the season or the players or yourself.
Can I correct you real quick? One of them was a Friday, and another one was a Sunday, right? The Boston College game was a Sunday, or maybe even a Monday. It was a Monday, so it's not all Saturdays.
You're just never going to come across. You're just never going to come across as everything's okay. You're going to come across as despondent. You're going to come across as angry, frustrated. He tries to, I think, often, which anybody would after yet another loss and another failure of a performance, in particular on the side of the ball that he's the supposed expert, he tries to, attack the opportunities that lay in ahead and the lessons that could be learned, which people get tired of. But I tell them, what is he going to say? I suck at my job. I'm really sorry, everybody. Here's my money back. None of that's going to happen.
And these players suck.
Right. He's not going to roll the players. He's not going to roll the coaches.
And
he's not going to
suck.
Yeah, he's not going to be like, hey, listen, guys, don't worry about it. I'm resigning and I'm giving all the money back. You guys are going to be in good hands at the end of the year. He's not going
We're all going to be whole.
Everything's going to be okay. He's never going to do that. I always believe that he drives home whenever that is, at what time of night that is, with this thought of, this burning pain of what he's done here this year.
But he always tried, I think most of the times he tries to swallow it when he's talking to us.
Sure.
That to me was him just like, that's the Norvell that you guys know is going on behind the scenes for the next month. Well, really, hopefully the rest of his career here, but the next 2 months as he jettisons people and brings people in that are better. And let's not act like speeches can't matter. I don't know if y'all remember a quarterback at Florida that after they lost to Ole Miss, he swore you were never going to see a team fight harder. And what did they do, guys?
He's got a point. It's on a plaque.
It's on a plaque, and they won a national championship. I'm
did
just
it
throwing that out
all
there.
with I'm a lisp that was.
I'm not saying anything like that.
I'm just letting you know. Yeah.
But you're, maybe his response to you will be on a plaque when they win the national title in 2 years.
I got him to where what they won 27-6
and
after my first question.
What that did for
us. It got us a couple of fun years.
Here we
a couple of fun years, and then it dipped. It's taken a slight dip.
I just don't expect him to have any sort of mea culpa at the dais at any point after they lose. I think the way he said and caught himself when he said, like, basically he's like, I'm making changes. Oh, he did say that.
He like caught himself.
Yeah.
And he said it's going to change or something like that. I thought,
I can tell you that there's going to be there's going to be a change in what we've seen from this year to this next year coming up.
To me, I got excited by that because I think he's excited about that. Like, I think he's excited about.
I'd be excited to fire some bitches too. About that.
Who's next?
Wait.
Who's next?
When you have the end of the year,
leave the door open
discussions. Yeah, that's like we talked about. Yeah, go ahead and tell your position coach to come on in. Yeah. After you leave here, go ahead and have him come on in. We got to have a conversation as well. Yeah, I would be excited too, if only because I'd be thanking my lucky stars that I get the chance to do so. In most any other circumstance, with a failure of this magnitude, you would not get the opportunity to make changes, to do it yourself.
And it's also not an impossible task. It just isn't. You're not. It's not impossible to be good again next year.